Well, we've got a second interview with Alf Cannan here, really about the shuffle we've had. Why not? Let's talk about this. The poison chalice of DOI has been moved on yet again. What's going on?
Well, nothing's going on, Paul. It's a very straightforward situation. David Ashford has resigned his position, as we know. Alex Allenson has taken over at the Treasury. Therefore, there was a vacancy at Department for Enterprise. Filled that vacancy. The choice was to fill that vacancy from within Council, and Chris Thomas has moved into infrastructure. And when you say, put poison chalice, I want to be clear, as I was clear with everybody when I was talking to people about the how we should address this void within or gap within the Council of Ministers, is that I don't think there's a single minister in Council at the moment who does not have significant challenges on their plate. So everybody has a lot to deal with. I accept that Chris Thomas has perhaps more than some, and I'm confident that he has the ability, the capability, and the understanding more so of how to deal with that and to move things forward from that critical area.
No one wanted to. It is that's one
that's actually.
They weren't queuing up to take it, were they?
No, that's not correct. Actually, I mean, I think a lot of people, ambitious as a lot of politicians are, would relish the chance to try and take things forward with the Department of Infrastructure. But I'm confident, we are going to take things forward. I had some long conversations with Chris about that. I think we're all very much aligned in terms of getting reform.
Has he signed up to terms and conditions?
No, he hasn't. I don't. That's not how it works. But certainly, listen. I mean, you're going to bring a minister into the Council of Ministers. It's pointless bringing in somebody who's going to be fundamentally at odds with you on a number of key
collective responsibility issues. Is that still there?
Of course, there's collective responsibility, but you need to have some alignment and some understanding. And I think Council has already, been clear to some degree over the last few weeks as to how they felt things should move forward, particularly obviously on the back of the Dr. Ransom findings, the tribunal findings there, but also, more importantly, I think in terms of aligning structural reforms with our Ireland plan and the intention of producing a better government at the end of this term.
So why not put the new boy straight into Department for Enterprise?
Because
why move people around?
I think Chris, as it happens, was bringing a certain skill set. I think Tim Crookall had previous experience in the Department for Enterprise. I think there'd been a number of staffing movements as well that I think felt. To me, certainly, in terms of the final arbiter here, that Tim Crookall would be better suited at the moment to taking forward Department for Enterprise, and that Chris Thomas would be better within Department for Infrastructure. And bear in mind, I say within Department of Infrastructure. Yeah. Part of the issue here is the infrastructure has been so wide-ranging over the years. I mean, it also includes houses, local housing, local government, ports, harbours, authorities, roads. I think Chris's chairmanship of the Housing and Communities Board aligned pretty well with having that responsibility within Department of Infrastructure as well. And as I said, Tim's previous experience with the Department for Enterprise, I felt meant that there would potentially be a smoother transition in terms of councils. Management of government.
But Mr. Crookall's been there a little while, obviously since the beginning of your term. He's got his feet under the desk. He knows, he's read the thing, he knows how it's all working. And here we go again, shoved off somewhere else. I mean, it's almost like, did you not have enough confidence in Mr. Crookall to do that?
I told you that. Sorry, of course I had absolute confidence in Tim Crookall.
Why shove him off then?
I've just given you the reasons, Paul.
I've just given you the reasons. It seems like it's one of those things that no one wants, and let's move it on to somebody else. The infrastructure department is just so. I don't know what the word would be, but
I've just told you before.
You're happy
I've said that absolutely. That's not the case.
Yeah.
The infrastructure department is hugely important to government. The staff in the infrastructure department are hugely important to government. But we know there are significant improvements to be made, not just in infrastructure, but across the board. Yeah. That's why, for example, we are now moving with the OHR review. That's why we're looking at non-ministerial advisory positions. That's why I'll be bringing forward a paper to Tynwald as soon as possible in terms, that's why we're going to review the role of the Chief Secretary now, and that's why I think we're going to commit to seriously looking at the makeup of these departments. I've already said that needs to happen with the Department for Infrastructure. Chris Thomas is going to get on with that. Tim Crookall's going to get on with that job as well with the Department for Enterprise, and Council as a whole, are committed to making sure that these things happen, so that within the next 12 months we can get government into a much better position where there's much more confidence and focus around the organisation, the way that we treat our staff, the way that we engage with our staff, the focus that we do in terms of delivery, and the interaction and engagement between ministers and departments is put into a much better position, and where necessary, parts of departments are properly professionalised.
Just to finish with then, Department for Enterprise has a future, because you were indicating, and in an interview with me, you certainly left the door open that it wasn't necessarily going to continue as it was, and you
I think
the name
we're
will
all,
carry on.
Well, I think we're all clear. Department for Enterprise has been on the journey for a number of years in terms of creating agencies to deal with specific parts of the economy, digital, finance, visit. The position I think that we're in at the moment is that we need to get on with empowering those agencies to deliver, to put them in a much better position to take them forward, and therefore within that then review how, and I guess as part of that process, Department for Enterprise will potentially become much more of a sort of policy hub whilst these agencies really get on and deliver. Just
to finish with, the clear out continues. We've had another high-ranking civil servant go last few days. Is this carrying on? Is the broom still being sweeping along there, clearing out people, or are they going all voluntarily? Of course, that's what it says. I understand that. People retiring. It just seems remarkable we're having so many retirements.
Yeah, I think there have been a number of retirements that have come, and people have made those decisions and done so and reflected in terms of where their careers are at. I think there is definitively a change happening within government. I think we've made that clear anyway, that this needs to happen now. And as I said, the Ranson findings were Dr. Ranson findings were clearly a leverage for that.
No one has been sacked.
Everybody is. The position's been made clear exactly in terms of people's retirements and their decisions to do so, and they've provided that. I think the important thing is within this that we need to move forward. This is as people move and come and go from an organisation, and potentially that happens during a period of change, and rightly so. We need to now then move the organisation forward, and we need to take it to a much better place. I think it's been historically perhaps a bit slow and cumbersome in terms of the way that it's looked at itself and reviewed itself, and there have been opportunities in the past. We've had these scope of government reports before, and long-winded debates. I don't think this council is interested in big long-winded debates. We're going to put options in front of Tynwald, I hope, and really get on and address some of these critical issues, so that we've got a government that is really focused and targeted and wanting to deliver for the people, but more importantly its structure is appropriately designed so that it really can deliver in the core critical areas that it should be.